Hey everyone. So in this video, we're going to do some Windows Server 2019 basic configuration. So I want to do some internal networking on this. So I'm just going to go to settings, right click on the machine, settings, and switch it over to internal network. So I can put an internal address on there. And let me just right click and connect to the machine now and log into it. So what I'm going to do in this video is we'll do a computer name. We'll configure that. We'll check the time and date. We'll configure an internal network address, and that's probably it, just for some basic configuration. All right, so we're logged in here. And Server Manager comes up first. So if you click over here in the left to Local Server, it brings up a bunch of settings that you can configure. So the first thing we'll start with is the time. So you can see down in the bottom right, my time and the server time is different, and that we can see right here because this time zone is off. So if you click on this time zone here, it brings up the date time message. So it is the time zone that's wrong. I'm in Central, so we're going to go ahead and click on that, drop it down to Central Time US, hit OK, and you can see now the clock does match. If for some reason it didn't, you can always hit this button and change the time. So that was the easy one. Next thing I want to do is we'll do the networking. So you can see it says Ethernet here. It's assigned by DHCP, but we want to go ahead and actually assign it. So let's click on that right there, and it brings up the Ethernet card. So you can right click on this Ethernet adapter and then hit Properties, and you can see a bunch of settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck IPv6 because I'm not looking to set that one. So there you go. And then I'm going to click on 4 here, and I'm going to hit the properties. And you can see it is looking for an IP address via DHCP. And we can see what it is right now. If I hit start, let's go look at it. Start, I'll do run, and we'll open up the command prompt. And we'll say IP config, and we'll see what's configured right now. So it's just pulling one of those internal APIP addresses. So I want to set it on my private network that I've been using. So we'll go ahead and say we'll make this one 172. Oh, my number lock's on 172.16, and we'll do 6.5. And then we'll do a subnet mask 255.255. So we know the first half is the network and the last 6.5 is the host. And I don't want this thing routing, so I'm going to do some internal testing on this machine. So we'll leave the gateway blank, but this is where you'd set it if you needed to. Same with DNS. If you needed to resolve some external IP addresses, you could use Google's or your internet providers or your domain controllers, etc. So I'm just going to hit OK for this and close up and close this. So now I've got an IP address assigned here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is we're going to name this computer to match what I put in Hyper-V, this SRV. So we'll go ahead and click that. And let's see, once that system properties open, you can hit on this change button here to change the name. And so I'm going to go ahead and just erase that and say SRV 2019 A. And this does require a reboot, so I'll hit OK for this. And it says, yep, you must restart. I'll hit OK, close, and I'll go ahead and let it restart now. And it only takes a second in a virtual machine, so let's see here. And sometimes you do have to reconnect. Let's see if it connects this up automatically. Nope, it connected up. That's great. Automatically, let me sign back in. And we'll go back into Server Manager when it loads up here. And we'll just verify all our changes. I'm going to close this. All right, Server Manager is loading up there. So let's click on Local Server. And so now you can see, you know, the computer name does match what I wanted. The Ethernet is set to, you know, the internal address that I statically set it to. And now we're in Central Time, so the time does match. So that's it, just for some very basic server configuration for Server 2019. In some future videos, I'll do some storage and server roles and things like that. Thanks a lot.